If you want to turn, I'll make sure it has stop. There you go. Should do it.
Nod to him. But don't start singing yet.
Okay.
I'm starting focused on this. So slowly pan over to you. I'll signal Steve, so you just keep your eye on him. And he'll point when you're ready to start singing. Because I don't want you to start singing until I get fairly close.
Okay, gotcha. And this way here, you also missed a chance to pick up that earbud is here too, that way. Okay. All right, so let me,
You tell me when you're ready.
yeah, let me get it together here. Round down and the belly got started. Halfway to the dilly party. Halfway and I'm still seeking lately. You know I'm not sleeping well. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Forgot the words, I forgot the words. We're all down on our knees. Well, who's that you talking to? In that God you made, was he the one made you? All these prayers we're praying, all these flags we're waving, is that what's gonna save you?
You know, I play with a band, Reem Cleo, and we play a lot of my songs. We really do. But we're not going to play all my songs. So not too long ago, I was approached by somebody who became a fan of the music, I guess. And several times stated, as a matter of fact, the first time I met him, he told me, you should be doing something. And, you know, you take that with a grain of salt, but then he proceeded to approach me again. I offered some help and convinced me that I should maybe go back through my old catalog of music and work on some stuff and see what we come up with.
Oh, I won't believe you're gonna smile. Yeah, I won't believe you're gonna smile. I wonder if you're gonna smile. I wonder if you're gonna smile.
Here we go.
Scotty Grill, I guess, about 12 years ago when he was in a band called Reem Cleo. He was opening for a friend of mine's band, and I didn't know anything about Reem Cleo. I just hit the stage, and honestly, within about 30 seconds, I fell in love with the band. away. And I've been thinking about what that was over the past few years, why I was so attracted so quickly, and all I can say is the trio, the bass player, the guitarist, and the drummer behind Scotty were virtuoso players, very tight and very technically proficient. And Scotty was this reckless freight train laying over top of it, and it just, it worked.
His guitar playing is kind of like someone chopping firewood.
Daryl Novak was my guitar teacher, and he said it more than a couple times. You know, he said, "Scotty, those are guitar strings; those aren't nails."
I think the inspiration for the guitar was I was in the middle of this blizzard, and I'm looking out the door and I'm watching this guy on the street in this big heavy-duty four-wheel drive, and he was just getting nowhere, man. He was just vroom, vroom, vroom.
Guess who ain't long enough to do that?
So I would say my guitar playing is sloppy, but I never aspired to be a great guitar player. But I like to think it's honest. You know, I like to shoot from the hip. I don't like getting caught up too much in the fancy stuff. That's why I surround myself with the best musicians I can find. Let them worry about that stuff. I'm just trying to put the heartbeat in a song.
I've always been a fan of bootleg recordings, recordings that are made audience style in the old cassette type days. It puts me more in a place as opposed to a space. That is, I feel like I'm actually there. And that means a lot to me, that character.
Frank approached me with this idea of doing something together. And I come from a rock and roll background, and I never dealt with anybody who approached music as an art form, literally. The process, the ideas, the free forming. And it's been quite a remarkable experience working with this guy. I think we've been in the studio maybe twice.
It's new. I've done other projects where conceptually it may have had a similar idea behind it. Some other projects where things were recorded at different studios because of the sound they would get at those studios, but never where they were all recorded in a completely different environment.
We had a lot of ideas of what we wanted to do, you know, and we only really scratched the surface with what we ended up with. But one of the things that was really key for us to do is we wanted to record underground. We decided on a place called the Rockland Tunnel, which was an abandoned railroad tunnel, about 100 miles north of us.
We'll move up on the side, right?
Stay left.
Yep. Right here. Follow the light.
It's not underneath, shim it. Just, hold on.
It was the wettest, dampest place. We might as well have been playing in a waterfall. We spent half the time just trying to protect the equipment and the instruments from the rain that was dripping from the ceiling. The one thing that was kind of interesting was right in the middle of one of the video shoots, this big bank of fog come rolling in, and we couldn't see 2 feet in front of our camera, and it was just ridiculous. We spent the whole day, but by the end of the shoot, we crawled out of that tunnel, just beat the hell and back. And the heartbreak of it all was when we finally got back and listened to the material that we had gathered. We couldn't use one freaking second of it because it was just not meant to be.
We wanted to do well. The music that we were working with was inspiring. And working with Scotty and Frank, we just, gosh, we're so close. And Scotty meets up with this gentleman who has this cathedral-like space down in Blawnox. And that's when things really changed. The space was so warm. It was cathedral-like. It was like being at church. You couldn't help but be in there and feel a creative presence. And that was, it was a real kick in the pants for the project.
So I think, Frank, is that going to make any difference with, see how we have the metal behind the glass here?
It probably, if it was more, if we're using extremely high-end stuff or whatever.
How you feeling back there, Ed? You looking a little peaked, brother. Get some water in you, man. Okay.
A little bit, Scotty.
Yeah.
It'd be okay. Totally, I told you it's
That's
easy.
fine. I don't think I'm gonna have issues, but
No, she's loud.
I understand.
you don't wanna get too much.
If we can't have both, it's okay. Well, we can adjust that a little bit. Okay.
It's just a ghost track.
Check. Okay, I look
No
at that.
checking.
Yeah, I'll have to make sure it's kind of level. Whoa, whoa.
In the coal mines, they call that fire in a hole. We ready?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna give you guys a 3 count, and you just do your thing here, okay?
Three, 4. Ain't love to blame for the way I'm walking around. What a shame, what a shame, what a shame. But I don't seem to keep me down. I played my cards, I played the fool. If you don't go and play the fool of yourself, somebody make a fool out of you. Whoa, whoa. Ain't love to blame for these tears that I'm crying. What a shame, what a shame, what a shame.
It's such a shame.
And any hope is lying dead or dying.
Unfold my heart.
Smooth out the creases. I'd rather have a heart with a wrinkle or two. One line on the floor in pieces. Slow down. It's for sale and I'm not buying. Was out of breath and now just sighing. Whoa, whoa. The background music to me growing up was we lived in this one valley where there was an old oil well, this big cantankerous wooden structure, and this thing just ran 24/7. It was constantly in the background. So I had the idea, wouldn't it be interesting to
find an old oil well and use that sound as basically the rhythm track of a song.
One more time.
All right, rolling.
Round down.
Okay, on your cue.
All right, rolling.
Action.
Take the boom pole back. Good.
Round down and I barely got started. Halfway to the daily departed. Halfway in the... See, if I sing too long, I'll lose my fucking beat, man.
You know, when you travel somewhere to work with Frank, you know, you're part Sherpa, you're part engineer, you're part technician, you're part I don't know what, but it's an experience. And Frank has these bags of just stuff. So we dig through there, and he pulls out these just crappy little contact microphones. Nothing horribly special, mind you, but just from being creative about where we applied them. And it removed, you know, a contact microphone is exactly what it says. It's in touch. And there's no airspace. So what you're getting is honest and real. And it was that and more. Because when I first put the headphones on and heard that sound, I got to admit I had a chill, because we were hearing something that most people have probably never ever heard, and we captured it, and it became the heartbeat of the project.
Going down, 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 down. 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 Ground down and I barely got started. Halfway to the daily departed. Halfway and I'm still sinking lately. You know I'm not sleeping well. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. For myself, I begin again. For the game, but I'm still there. Oh Lord, I just can't wait. Looking for that second waiting here. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Down round the pig, so it started. Halfway my brakes are uncharted. Down, down, up, still sinking lately.